Hello and welcome to this Embark video. Today we're going to be working through an example with some actual numbers covering off the cash conversion cycle, and this one's going to be specifically targeted at decreasing your debtors days. So the couple of examples that we're going to roll with are actual numbers that I've taken from clients where we had a conversation around what they look like. So I've got one client where the debtors are around about the 50k mark and their sales are 300 grand. So based on this, the debtor days are 61 days. Now, that's not unheard of. So 61 days is basically saying that, now that's on average. So you've got some people that pay on time, but you've got some people that don't, which is pretty common. And if you're doing work for larger clients specifically, so especially your local government clients, then that's pretty common, to be perfectly honest. Now, we talked to this client about how you can decrease those debtors days, and so we've got different videos on this, but here we're talking about changing your terms and conditions. So you're not waiting to be paid until 20th of next month. You've got 7 or 14 day terms. We've got ones where you're invoicing more regularly. So rather than waiting until the end of the month, if you finish the job on the 5th, therefore it's invoices sent out that week, because we know that if we wait till the end of the month, we've got to wait another 14, 20 days to have that in, to get that money in. So using some of these ideas, we weren't able to do it for every client, but especially for clients where they're one-offs, or how I put it, they're going to the consumer rather than into a business, we can shrink that average day. And so our goal was to get our debtors days down to 45. So it is to get down to 45. So still over 30, and that's because some of the contract days, some of the contracts that we've got, is that they're never going to pay in 30 days, unfortunately, no matter what we do. But we've got some where there's no reason why they shouldn't be paying on day 0, basically. We should be getting cash when they come in. So fundamentally, this should be working out at about 45. What that means is it decreases our debtors to 36,000. So rather than having cash due to us at 50, it's at 36. This means that our bank account is going to, so our freed up cash is going to increase by $13,000. So on average, your bank account balance is going to be $13,000 higher than what it has been previously. Quite often, when you talk to clients like that, they kind of go, oh man, that means I won't have to worry about my overdraft facility or having to pay those bills on time. And the changes that we made weren't that significant. It was changing our terms, highlighting clients in terms of ones that we can make pay on the day and ones that we knew were going to be a little bit longer, and turning on our invoice reminders in 0 so that that cash came in quickly. Quite a change there. Now, what happens if I talk about a different client that had $3.5 million in turnover, debtors at 550. We'll see, obviously we're at that 7-day mark. We're talking about the same thing, going down to 45 days. Once again, in terms of the days, it's a decrease of 12. So not even 2 weeks using the same thing. Let's highlight clients that should be paying when the fees come in. Let's chase up the clients as much as we can in terms of ones that should pay on time. And let's set those invoice reminders. Total cash improvement, basically 120 grand. That is huge. And what we're talking about here is we're not doing anything crazy. This is low-hanging fruit. It's ensuring that we invoice on time, we get money in when it's due, and most of it is automated. How good is that? Hey, look, if you've got some numbers that you want me to plug into this, please reach out. I'm more than happy to sit down and go over it with you. It is really interesting. We've only touched on debtors days here. I'm going to jump into inventory and payables to see if we can show what that means, and I might even do one where we fundamentally change a little bit of each to see how that changes our total cash improvement. Very, very interesting stuff, and it should be simple to implement because we want to use this system to do it for us. Hey, look, I hope you found this interesting. I'd love for you to reach out or drop a comment around what you're thinking or what you'd like to see. Thanks for watching.